Hi my lovelies, I hope you've been well. This video today, we're going to do a quarter review of quarter 3 and we're going to plan for quarter 4. If you haven't been in the channel, my name is Mark and we do productivity, journaling, and other things here. So I'm just gonna do a little quarter review of the last quarter, which is quarter 3, and we'll do some planning for quarter 4. So I'm just gonna get started. I'm actually thinking also to change this to maybe this size instead, so I have way more space for writing, because as you can see that's like a pretty big extra chunk, but maybe something I'll consider for next year. But for now we'll just use this since we've already got this. So a lot of things have happened in the last quarter. If you watch one of my previous video, you know that I have been laid off for my job. It's still in process right now, but I'm kind of quietly excited for the next quarter, because my vision is I'm probably not going to get any job this quarter. Well, I hope I do, but I'm not very positive about it. So I think it might be next quarter, which is quarter 1 of 2026, that I might get a job. So I'm looking forward to actually focusing on a lot of the side hobby and side hustle goals this quarter. So we'll see what happens. So anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's do quarter review first, because this is like quarter 4. 2025. So what did I achieve last quarter? I'm just looking at all this stuff. So I did do one market. That is August. Okay, so mostly for this quarter, my achievement is UU Market, new products. Well, there are not that many new products, but some new products. Regardless, I finished and passed my UX course. So that is a big thing lifted out of my shoulder, and that's gonna help with me looking for a job as well. So I can say that these are all done. It's so nice to cross off. I didn't get to do anything about the pre-order website, because there's other things that came in and take up that priority. But I'm glad to have finished, because like my big focus for quarter 3 was the work training and market. So this was actually a third, like if I get to it, I'll get to it kind of goal, which is good that these two are done, because I'm pretty sure these are all done. I cannot cross it down. This is the thing, I'm doing this early October, so I just launched my Patreon, but it's not essentially in the quarter, so I'll reserve that for later. But I also gotten clarity of I call it the marcsmellow ecosystem. Basically, I had a thought of where I want to take this channel, this like, you know, brand, the whole thing, and I did get into a little bit of planning kind of thing. I do have this little pocketbook I've been just writing down things on, and most of these are like planning and ideas and things like that. So basically it's been nice. I've been able to gotten clarity of like the system that I want for the future, and you know, branching out on a few different things that actually, funnily enough, that I actually did that like a week or two before I got laid off. So it felt like it's like a really good timing. Well, it's never a good timing to get laid off, but I mean, like I was still fresh excited from that, and then that happened. So it felt like, is this a sign? Is this a sign? I don't know. I'm still going through it. I will be looking for a job. Perhaps like, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm definitely still looking for a job. But I definitely also want to focus on this. So if I actually can get maybe like a part-time job, that would be great. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. What am I grateful for? I'm very grateful for friends and family support, because it's been really hard. Mid to late September is where I will find out that I got laid off. So that was very testing, and I was going through it a lot. Like if you watch that video where I was taking you through my thoughts when I was processing through getting laid off, the friends and family support really helped, because I don't know where I'll be, but without them, I'll just probably be a mess. But yeah, it was really, really good to have support from friends and family and have people to go out with to distract you from all these things that you can't control. And yeah, and also I have to give myself actually some props as well, because I'm grateful for my resilience. If I may say so myself, I feel like I picked up myself pretty quick. I try to not dwell on it too much. I also discovered that, like, in order for me not to stress, I have to take action. So I think I took action pretty quickly, and some of my coworkers said, hey, you actually, like, you know, you were much faster than everyone else. And inside I'm like, basically, if I don't take action straight away, I'm just gonna feel very unproductive, and I think that's what's getting me anxious even more. Whereas if I actually take action, I can say that I've done my best, and everything else out of my control that I can't control, like, you know, I can control, so I'm not gonna dwell too much on it. But for things that I can control, I would like to take action really quickly. So it's good to know that I have that resilience. And because I know, like, I feel like I'm repeating this. If you've watched that processing my layoff thoughts video, you'll know that this is not my first redundancy, but I feel like this might be one of the hardest ones, just because I really like that place and I've been there for a while. So it felt like moving on was a little bit harder, because I am not as confident with interviewing and things as I was before. But you know what? I'm in a better state where it's like my side hustle stuff, my marcsmellow stuff is there as well. So I'm trying not to, like, dwell too much on it. But anyway, that's not that video. I will stop yapping. I feel like I thought this was gonna be a short video, but is it a marcsmellow video if it's not long and yappy? I don't know. So I'm grateful for that as well. I'm also grateful for my past self for starting marcsmellow, because I feel like even in this kind of state, I'm very grateful that I did start marcsmellow back then. So then now when these things happen, at least I have something to move forward with, to distract myself while I actually wait for a new job. And the market's not very fresh right now, so it might take a while. To be honest, I'm excited to just be at home and work on my own projects. And maybe it's like a, I don't know, 3 to 6 months trial to being a full-time artist. Well, I don't really call myself an artist, but you know, being a full-time small business owner, full-time, I don't know, content creator or whatever. But it's nice to have that time to just try these things. And yeah, I'm actually excited. I'm gonna take it like I'm on an extended break. What did I learn? What did I learn? It's more like a reminder actually to not put all your eggs in one basket. I also learned that it was the right thing to start a side business, I think. What else did I write last quarter? Hang on, actually, it was accepted to Momo this quarter. I think so. This is a little bit of a mess, everybody. But you know what? You already know me. I'm a little bit of a mess always, so that's alright. What else did I learn? I'm resilient. And have to take action to avoid anxiety. Because, like, this is the thing about anxiety, right? What people told me is depression is when you're stuck in the past, and anxiety is when you're too stuck in the future. And I feel like in order for you not to fear your future, you have to do your best in your present, so that in the future, when you look back, you know that you've done your best and you don't have any regrets, right? So the way that I am trying to avoid my anxiety is basically to just take action, to just do whatever I can right now at this moment, so that when it comes to the future, I can say that, you know what, I did try my best, and if my best wasn't enough, then that's out of my control. There you go. What can I improve? I'm so excited to actually work on marcsmellow. I also wanna try a few new video ideas and work on Patreon stuff. Okay, cool. Now that we've got that down, we're going to quarterly task list. I feel like this would be a lot longer because I'm envisioning next quarter where I get to do all this stuff full time, so I might be able to do a little bit more. I wonder if I should take another insert and just like write it for the next one in case I need extra stuff. But you know, maybe I'll just clump it to 3 different goals first, and then we can put more tasks in it. So I think my few main goals for this quarter is job search, but I don't think I'm gonna put it in here, not because it's not important, because that doesn't have a lot of tasks. Does that make sense? Because like right now I have my portfolio together. Okay, for now what I'm gonna do is put it on here. So job search, this is focus, job search, and that would be finish, phase 2 portfolio. Phase 3 is nice to have, but apply to at least 5 job per week. I'm just gonna focus on numbers because I know the more there's not a lot of jobs openings out there, so everything that comes out that looks good I should try to apply for, and I'm just gonna go for numbers, which meant that, you know, the more I feel like the more you apply for, the more something will stick. I'm gonna treat it like a numbers game. Once I apply, I'm just gonna forget about it and not hope about it, because I feel like that's gonna be better for my mental health at this state of the job market. I'm just gonna do 5 jobs per week to make sure that I hit the number goals, and then I'll just forget about it until they reply back to me. So not gonna think about that too much. And then nice to have is finish phase 3. Finish phase 3 portfolio. So that's not a lot of tasks, not too much tasks, so I'm gonna put it on the side. But most of my focus for this quarter would be market prep for Momo and Mellow, and that's mostly new products. And what else? New products and restock, and also think of displays. And then aside from market prep, I'm also focusing on my Patreon now, because I just launched it today. Actually, as I'm filming this, I just launched it this morning, and I'm really excited for it. So I just want to do a lot more work to it. So it would be at least 3 bonus video. And I also want to work on the Discord as well, and a new tier, maybe. But just planning for it, because that's going to be a printables tier. But I was waiting until I'm a little bit more freer from work to be able to do that. And I guess I want to do a newsletter as well, actually. So this is the way I'm treating my Patreon. I'm gonna do it very slow. The current offerings that I have in Patreon is gonna be the lowest offerings that I have. And eventually I want to try this and that. Like I want to try monthly newsletter. I actually want to try a monthly plan with me as well, or even like a weekly, but that's way down the line. But the way that I'm going to try to do it is that I'm going to give those higher tier stuff as bonus to the lower tier first before the tier gets created, because I want to trial all the, like, you know, all the stuff that I want to put into a higher tier. And then once I'm happy enough with the offerings, I'll put it on the new tier, because I want to start slow so I don't burn out. Like if I start with like 4 or 5 tiers, I feel like I'm just going to burn out. So I'm going to start it slow, and then I'm going to figure out what I like to do. And I also like that these Patreon's going to grow with you. Like I would ideate with you, and we can chat about what offerings you like, what you don't like, and we can just iterate on the go. And that actually excites me, because I feel like it's not just mine, it's yours as well. So I'm very excited for that. So that's why it's also my focus. My third focus is actually creating a website. This is actually this one. And it didn't get done because there was a lot of things that's happening, and that's fine, because I feel like with your goals, I always like to choose 3 goals, but essentially usually I only achieve 2. Like if you look at this is 2 out of 3, and if you look back at this, work training I did, wholesale I didn't do anything, market prep and shop update was done. So mostly I've only achieved 2 out of 3. This one I actually only did this one, like Patreon and stuff. I actually did think of tiers and stuff. This is from the beginning of the year actually. I did have the idea then, but because the tiers feels very overwhelming and I had other things to focus on, it didn't get through. It wasn't until quarter 3, quarter 4 that it was done. But it's okay, because you know what, your goal should also, it should evolve with you. And if you decided in that quarter that that goal's not gonna work, that's okay to go back to the drawing board. Like I feel like I'm in this channel, I'm an advocate for finding things, and even if it doesn't work out, at least you tried. Not everyone's perfect, and not everyone is 100% productive all the time. So it's okay to, fail a little bit, not achieve your goal immediately, or not be up to date on your journals. We're all human. Nobody's perfect. It's okay to be a little bit more scruffy until you can get there. So I'm all about that. I'm all about starting scruffy, bias to action, do it now, fail, and then pivot and things like that. It's all fine. Anyway, so for website, I want to do marcsmellow website first, and move some of my stuff in there, because to be honest, Etsy is not doing that great, especially with the whole tariff situation. I'm having such a hard time to try and price out and stuff, because the way this shipping is set up, it's not very intuitive to do it individually. So if I do it on my own website, hopefully it'll be a little bit better, but we'll see. I want to set up a marcsmellow website, and I also want to set up a pre-order website, but that is very secondary. I hope I can achieve some of these things for quarter 4 actually, now that I have a lot of time. I think I should be able to. Should I do a stretch goal? What else do I have in my goal thing actually? Oh, actually, I also have a workshop. Where would I put that? I think maybe in the market prep as well. Prep for a workshop. And I think that might be it for this quarter. I forget to even title it, quarter for 2025. And yeah, this might move to a bigger section, but actually now that I'm looking at it, I don't think I need a bigger section, unless my circumstances changes next year where I need to plan more. But if I'm still doing full-time work and side stuff, I think this is actually enough, because I didn't even fill it up. Nope. Yeah, so I think it should be okay. I think we'll do it again in this personal/Bible size plotter next year as well, and we'll see how it goes. But currently, that's what the quarterly task list looking like. My 3 focuses for next month are market prep, Patreon, and website for my side business stuff. And also I'm looking for a job personally, so that's also a focus, but I put it there because I want a space for 3 of this like side business stuff. and that's what I'm going to try and do. If you want to see this gets broken down into a monthly plan, then I'm going to do a similar plan with me, but breaking it down to months in my Patreon. For one of the like bonus video tier, I will do the monthly planning there, just because I feel like it's nice to go more granular for people that cares, because these videos, my planning videos doesn't get a lot of views, mostly compared to everything else. So I think moving it down to Patreon, where people might get more value out of that, I think is a great idea. So I'm gonna do that. But thank you so much for being here, for watching, and I'm wishing you a productive quarter 2 of 2025. I hope you stay safe, take care, and I'll see you next week for another video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.